Well, there's not really any doubt about what you're seeing down there. It's pretty much desert. When I showed you out of the window before, you saw dry looking fields, but they were still fields where farmers expected to get a crop. It's clear that nobody's expecting any crops from what's going on down there. There's no field demarcations at all. There seems to be a slight gradient on it, but basically there's a river running through there as well, and there's places that look like they should be with water in, but don't appear to have much by way of water. White, won't be snow there because it's too warm outside, not at this height of course. We are at about 11,000. So wait for the here, but it's not giving me a lot of information at the moment about that, but I take that to be dried out salt on those certain around the edges of certain lakes. They look like salt lakes with dried out salt around the edges. What on earth that is coming up? Wasn't expecting that. Let's get nice and well, that's a weird thing, isn't it? And in the middle of it is a flare. I therefore take it to be one of those gas fields or oil fields. Probably this is already Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan's a very big country, one of the largest countries on the planet, and yet it only has about 12 million people. So a lot of unutilized space, and some of that unutilized space is used for things like, well, space exploration. Certainly Kazakhstan has the space rocket launching area, which was used by the Russians. It's even got spaces in it which are so devoid of human habitation that the Russians, or the Soviet Union, tested nuclear weapons in there to see whether they were working as the physicists said they would. Right here inland. So another place they did that was on Novaya Zemlya, which is an island right up to the north of Russia. They'd also had a test station somewhere not massively far away from here. Now we're passing by an inlet of the Aral Sea. The thing about the Aral Sea is it's a complete tragedy. It used to be a sea. But it used to be doesn't make a sea anymore. It used to be don't count anymore. They just stay on the floor until we dry them away. Which is basically what happened with the Aral Sea. They tried to use it to irrigate this hopeless territory, hopeless of course from the point of view of agriculture, but of course it's not hopeless at all from the point of view of its viability as a perfectly interesting and original space for animals and I don't know how many species of eagles, wolves, you name it, are down there, living out their primal existences with a degree of peace, because there's not that many people down there. In all that we see, there's probably, perhaps just one or two people going around in cars inspecting it, maybe nobody at all down there. When you look out of planes, you see that a lot of our planet's still like that, and hopefully it remains that way for a long time. There's no reason why we should try and concrete over everything and drive the animals out of everything. So there we are. We're crossing a real desert, and this seems to be the bit of the Aral Sea that was underwater once, and now it's just dried out. Which pretty much counts as an environmental disaster. You can see the remainder of the last rivulets that have come away. Actually, we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. I'll show you in a minute when we actually get to that point where the plane's navigation system says we're right on it. I mean, how about that? It's just extreme aridity. You can see lots and lots of places there, lots and lots of water courses where water should be coursing through at a rate of knots, but it's not there. And more white, showing dried out salt from salt lakes all over the place over there. Still not quite at the place where it's supposed to be the Aral Sea. We'll see that in a minute.